Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Learn with Shavern. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about rape culture. What is it? Is it important? Should you care about it? Do I care about it? All right, rape culture. Rape culture is a society or environment whose prevailing social attitudes have the effect of normalizing or trivializing sexual assault and abuse. So, for example, this would be pretty prevalent, like if a woman wears a skirt to work and all the guys at work are trying to, I don't know. To be honest with you, I've read a few different definitions of this whole rape culture thing, and I still don't really have a grasp of it. And I'm a female, right? And I'm a firm believer that people are only going to do to you what you allow them to do to you. And I don't believe in being victim, okay? There are only victors in the world. If you believe that you are a victim, then you are. You're a victim of your own mindset. So I can't really, I'm not even going to sit here and try to pretend like I can give you an example of what rape culture is. I have no idea. And like I said, I've read a few different things. I consider myself to be a reasonably intelligent person. Can't figure it out. Anyhow, though, rape culture is a term that was coined by feminists in the United States in the 1970s. It was designed to show the ways in which society blamed victims of sexual assault and normalized male sexual violence. All right. Still didn't really give me what I wanted there. But within knowing that additional piece of information, there was something I was able to detect from that. Feminism. Feminism is a movement. Now, if we look at the history of feminism, how it started, feminism didn't start off with people that look like me. We joined the party later on down the line. Matter of fact, the only reason why people like me ended up joining the feminist movement is because they required our numbers initially. It wasn't enough of them when they first began their movement. So, whenever it comes to these organizations, these movements and things, follow the money. Always follow the money. Who's pushing the agenda? Who's really putting that out there? So who really benefits off of pushing this rape culture agenda? That's the real question. So is it important? Because of the way that I think? Not really. And this may shock some of you guys thinking like, but you're a woman. Why wouldn't rape culture offend you? Because I only allow to happen to me what I allow to happen to me. There are certain things that are what they call acts of God, right? So things that will be categorized as acts of God. The weather, being struck by lightning, that's something that's uncontrollable, right? But if you are a female, especially a melanated female in America, if you are not taking self-defense classes, taking Women Wednesday arm classes, if you live in a right to carry state and you are out here defending yourself, then you are allowing yourself to become a victim. All right. As women, you have to protect yourself. Point blank, period. Especially prior to the feminist movement, there were a lot more men in the black household, right? So there were a lot more whole black families, quote unquote. After the feminist movement, things such as welfare became introduced into the black community. Things such as drugs, homosexuality, et cetera, got introduced into the black community. So instead of there being black daddies in the household, now there's Daddy Uncle Sam in the household who's taken the place of the black father. Where's the black father? He's strung out on drugs. He's in jail. He is homosexual somewhere with somebody else. And this is by no means an attack on homosexuals out there. Whatever floats your boat, go ahead and rock it. It's not my monkey and not my circus. However, homosexuality at the end of the day, let's be point blank, period. Two men cannot procreate and create another child. Two women cannot procreate and create another child. That is the only reason why in most religions it's banished, right? That's really what it boils down to. It stops human procreation. Now, I digress a little bit. So the reason why I'm not really too hip with the bandwagon with jumping on with feminists and stuff like that, because I understand how the feminist movement began, and I understand that they weren't about me when they first began, and that the only reason why we were ever brought onto the boat was because we benefited them by doing so with our numbers. I know unity is such a big thing. And by all means, I believe in one blood, one love, but every other race is unified except the Black race. And I am not even going to begin to jump into the topics as to why we can't get unified. However, feminism is nothing more than an infiltration, just like that Me Too hashtag that is becoming popular. That is nothing more than an infiltration to only further come in and separate and sit there and dilute what is happening. Right now, you have all these unification movements, all these Black conscious communities and everything coming together, right? By adding things like Me Too, and now you have women over here or men over here talking about, yeah, I was a victim of rape culture, I was a victim of this. Now, due to your programming, you sit there and now place yourself as a victim. What do you think you're going to attract? If you watch my first few videos, we were talking about the power of the subconscious, and whatever you feed your subconscious is what it's going to manifest to your conscious. It is what it's going to create for you. So by you jumping on the bandwagon of these movements, understand that you're placing yourself now in that vibrational energy for those things to happen to you. If it has happened to you, understand that you have to overcome anything that has happened to you, because a part of our human experience are experiencing just that, human things. We are nothing more than spirits driving our human vehicles, okay? Scientists can measure the spirit leaving the body. It's a measurable thing in you. Remember, we spoke about the Trinity, the me, myself, and I. Your Trinity, your spirit, your drive of your vehicle, whatever car resonates with your body. This is my Maserati right here, okay? This is sacred to me, right? By any means necessary, I am to protect it and I am to preserve it. By any means necessary, you have to carry that same thought process with you. This rape culture ain't nothing but an infiltration at best. Don't jump in a bandwagon to things like this, especially, and keep in mind what I'm saying. I am not discrediting these events happening to women. So by no means misconstrued that being the message, right? My point that I would like to get across to my sisters, go defend yourselves. Take self-defense classes, do yoga, exercise at home. There's so many free things that you can even do nowadays. Google is your friend. You can find almost anything on Google. If you live in a right to carry states, my Florida folks, my Texas folks, if you live in a state where you can bear arms, please exercise your right. It is so important as a female nowadays. Don't ever let anybody take you out of your element as a female and make you feel powerless. Because understand that without you, nations would not be here. I don't care what race or ethnicity you are. Without you, nothing would be here. Mankind would not be here without us. That is our sole purpose, right? We are here to assist with the procreation. Since we have a society that is so convoluted and men aren't, especially in the, melanated households, our men have been taken away from us due to several other outside factors. We have to protect ourselves. I cannot stress this enough, right? It is all well and good to affirm I am blessed and highly favored every day, but how much more blessed would you be if you carrying around a 9 with you? You have to be able to defend yourself, especially here in America. We are, we are constantly being attacked. We are constantly being subjected to every kind of abuse. So jumping on the bandwagon of just being sexualized abuse, melanated females, we got a whole bunch of issues within our own framework. Like, matter of fact, this is y'all homework. All of my melanated sisters, what I want you to do is every day sincerely make sure that the person you are giving your compliment to is another melanated individual. Okay, this is something that in our community, we need to work on it. We can get better. I know we can. I have seen it. We can do it. All right, compliment, a sincere compliment, not a fake, oh, I like your nails. No, a sincere, hey, I noticed you changed your hair today. It looks really nice. Something sincere that comes from the heart. Right? Find something. Oh, you know what? I like the fact that you're always positive. Find something sincere about that individual. These are things, we'll talk about later on, the power of words, things that are coming up. I have a November challenge It takes 21 days to build a healthy habit. I want you guys to start affirming every day. 21 days. You got the rest of October to practice it, okay? Make sure you like, share, become a Patreon. Click the link below. Sign up to be a Patreon. Show your support. I love y'all. Peace and blessings, family.